Greetings and welcome to 5-Minute Bible Study dedicated to glorifying God, edifying believers, and giving God's vision of light to unbelievers in darkness. Today we'll be talking through the scriptures, listening to God's commands, principles, patterns, and promises to live by, to defeat the spirit of doubt, discouragement, diversion, delay, and defeat brought to us from the world system, our sinful nature, and Satan. Know this. We are spiritual beings living in a physical world that has spiritual needs. The Word of God is the only place to deal correctly with our spiritual and physical needs. Today we are on part 2. Jesus washes his disciples' feet. The whole study is John chapter 13, 1 to 17, and today we are starting at verse 6. I'll be reading the New Living Translation starting at verse 6 and ending at verse 9. When Jesus came to Simon Peter, Peter said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Verse 7, Jesus replied, "You don't understand now what I am doing, but someday you will." Verse 8, "No," Peter protested, "you will never ever wash my feet." Jesus replied, "Unless I wash you, you won't belong to me." Verse 9, Simon Peter exclaimed, "Then wash my hands and my head as well, Lord, not just my feet." Now, this verse is letting us know, these verses are letting us know, all the disciples accepted the washing until Jesus came to Peter, who questioned Jesus. Jesus did not provide Peter with an explanation, other than that Peter would understand the significance of the washing sometime in the future. Peter came to realize that humble service meant obedience to Christ. When Jesus washed the disciples' feet, he was demonstrating his ultimate sacrificial act, giving his life for them on the cross. But at this moment, Peter didn't understand. "You will never wash my feet," he protested. Seeing the master behave like a slave confused Peter, and Peter did not feel worthy that his master should be acting like a slave toward him. This was not an expression of arrogance, but of confusion. Peter felt he should be washing the master's feet, not the other way around. Jesus responded, "But if I don't wash you, you won't belong to me." There are two possible meanings for this sentence. Number one, Jesus meant that unless he washed away Peter's sins by his death on the cross, then Peter could have no relationship with him. Number two, Jesus meant that unless Peter submitted to him and allowed Jesus to minister in this way, Peter would never learn the lesson of humility. Either way, Peter seemed to grasp the significance of Jesus' words, for he then wanted to be bathed completely. Today we covered John chapter 13, verse 6 to 9. Jesus washes his disciples' feet. You can find this teaching on youtube.com, channel Minister Pank. Thanks for joining. God bless.